start.
Yeah, exactly.
They have no investment in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah.
Hi,
Hello.
wie geht's?
Very good, thank you. And you? How was
Sehr
your day?
gut.
Are you speaking
Aber das
German?
Wetter ist nicht gut.
No? But better than yesterday.
Little bit. Anyway, okay.
Okay, you're here in Denmark now to make a TV show about renewable energy. Why did you come up with the idea of making a show like this?
Well, in Canada, we're committed to meeting the Kyoto target. We signed on in 2002. But the government now is a new government and saying that we can't meet the Kyoto target and that things like renewable energy are not practical, it will destroy the economy, cost too much. So they have many, many excuses for not even starting to reduce our carbon footprint. And so I knew that Denmark was the beginning of this big change in renewable energy. We will go from here to Germany, so we can start here in a small country. But Germany is the third largest industrial country, and they are very, very heavily wind supplied for their renewable. So when I finish this film, we will go back to Canada. No politician can say, no, it's too expensive, it can't be done.
No. That's also one of the reasons that you choose Denmark and Thy as one of the places to...
It's where the revolution in wind began. You know, when Denmark began to build windmills, many of the experts, scientists, said, oh, it's impossible to be more than 1 or 2% of all of the energy needs of a country.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know that with what you've done here in this part of Denmark, it can be much, much more than that.
Yeah. Your position on global warming is that you want much more renewable energy than we have today. But is that also the message of the film? That renewable energy must be, how to say, prioritized?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What it shows is we don't have to have any new research. We can use the technology that already exists.
Yeah.
But there are also some important steps that must be taken.
Yeah.
The government must get involved. The government must guarantee that any renewable energy that individuals or co-ops make, guarantee it will be the first energy the government will buy.
Yeah.
And all of the renewables, the government will say we will take it, and we will pay a top price for that for at least 15 or 20 years. So that way a farmer, an ordinary person, or a group can say, I'm going to pay for this windmill because in the long run I will make money. But the government has to be involved. You see, in Canada, the government's saying, no, we can't do that.
Yeah. In Denmark, we have used a lot of money and a lot of time to build up these things. Do you think that it would be possible to import some of these ideas in Canada?
Yes, but we need time. Fortunately, Denmark has made many mistakes, all of the early mistakes, so we can learn from that. If it took Denmark 20 years to get it going, we don't have to take that length of time. And the point is that climate change is the critical issue now. We must meet the challenge of climate change, and we must get off a high carbon energy future. It's as simple as that. We have no choice. So whether what the choice of the kind of energy source, what these kinds of experiences tell us is we must have small, diversified, decentralized. That's the way to make our electrical grid much more strong. Yeah. In Canada, we still want to go nuclear energy, big technology, centralized. Yeah. It's the wrong way.
Yeah. You've been in Thy now for a couple of days. How did you like to stay here?
Well, it's a wonderful country. The thing that amazed me to begin with was how clean the country is. In Canada, people drive a car, they drink a bottle of beer or something, and they throw the beer can out the window. And when you go along the highway, there's plastic and cans and things all along. Here, I don't see that. So I think people are much more responsible here. But you have somebody here that gives us a great deal of trouble in Canada. He's a man named Bjorn Lomborg. You know him?
Yes, I know him.
He causes a lot of trouble, and what he is doing is giving support for people that say, no, global warming's not important, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And because he's a professor,
Yeah.
people pay a lot of attention to him. So there are some, Denmark is wonderful, but it's not perfect.
No, we had a problem by Lombard was supported by the government, but that has fallen away now.
Good.
So he's not
The scientific community has rejected him,
Yes.
but many people in business like him.
Yes, it's maybe because he has an easy solution to the problem, and he don't have to do so much that
Of course.
the other people like Al Gore and you and so on want the governments to do. What do you think about a guy like Al Gore, for example?
Well, Al Gore is wonderful. I interviewed Al Gore in 1988 when he was still a senator from Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I was shivering. I was so amazed to find a politician like him who understood the issues. He knew that we had to act. He had already had meetings in Congress with scientists about global warming. He had already been to Antarctica in 1988. He'd already been. He understood the issues. So he didn't just jump in. He has understood this for a long time. And he said, this is what we have to do. He had solutions. I think he's a wonderful man. In 1988, I said, please leave the United States, come to Canada, and I will make you Prime Minister of my country.
Okay, you're working along with your daughter on this trip to
Yes.
Europe. Why is that? And
Well, she's a young person, and, you know, at my age, I'm in the last part of my life. Whatever happens now will have very little effect on my life.
yeah,
But what we do or do not do today will have very much influence in her whole life.
yeah,
So she has the biggest stake. She has the biggest consequences in what's going on today. And so she is the one that has been saying to me for many years, Dad, are there answers? Are there solutions? Or is it too late?
Yeah.
And so I think it's important for young people to go and see what kinds of solutions are possible. And I think after this, she will be very inspired by what is possible.
which solutions do you think is the best by the ones you have seen in this trip to Europe?
I think that what we're seeing is it's many, many solutions. And the mistake will be to say, oh, we must go for a mega project.
Yeah.
You know, some people are saying, oh, well, we must put iron in the oceans because iron will stimulate the growth of algae in the oceans.
Yeah.
That will remove carbon dioxide. Or some people are saying we must go nuclear, or we must send into space a giant screen and shield the sun from hitting. This is all crazy.
Yeah.
It must be many small things. All of us can do it. One farmer can have one windmill, a biogas, and those little things are not very much. But if it's spread all over, it can be the solution.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any magic solution.
No, you think that it's the small solutions that grows bigger. And
Small is beautiful.
Yeah.
Small and diverse
Yeah.
and decentralized, to me, is the way to go.
Yeah. You've been in this business for many years now.
Too many years.
Is this your last film, or have you any more projects?
I've been saying this is my last film for 5 years now, so I don't know. I think this program we are doing is the first of what I hope will be a series. Today, most people in Canada understand we have environmental problems. But when they see me coming, they go, oh no, this guy's going to come and beat us up and tell us we got to change. And they get scared or they get mad.
Okay.
And many people get mad, not at me, but they're mad because they're afraid. They don't know what environmentalists are saying. Do we have to sell our house and go live in a cave and, no more cars or bicycles or anything, I've got to walk. They think that the solutions are we're going to have to suffer and sacrifice.
Yeah.
What I want to show is if we can get through this time now, we are in a bottleneck.
Yeah.
You understand a bottleneck?
Yeah.
If we can get through that bottleneck, the way we are going to have to live, everybody is going to want that.
Yeah.
Because it will be a different way of seeing our community. We won't need a car. We won't need a lot of stuff. But we will have a community. We'll go out on the street. Our friends will be there. You don't need to drive 20 miles. I'm going to try to show there are many, many solutions, and it's not frightening. People will say, let's get going, let's start.
So, yeah.
So that's the solution.
That's the solution.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and
Thank
thank
you.
you for talking to me.
Okay.
We also have now there are some voices saying we should do the nuclear as well to fight CO2 emissions.
Yes. Of course, the nuclear industry loves global warming. And they have a few people like Jim Lovelock that are saying this is the only way. But you have to remember that uranium is not a renewable resource. It's like fossil